This is Love, Lies, and Dead Roses, and I'm your host, Candace Christine. And each episode, we have a different person on telling different stories and, really touching a lot of subjects. There is no consistent subject matter. And today, I have Miss Malia Smith on, and I've actually known Malia for quite a while. We used to work together, and
Oh,
Malia has actually come a very long way since we met.
thanks.
She's had a lot of achievements, and I'm really proud of you. You've really done a lot.
Oh, thank you. It has not been easy.
I don't think it's meant to be easy. I don't think
No,
anything is ever meant to be easy.
I swear. And we're just two hard-headed women, so we're gonna do things the hard way regardless.
You know, yeah, I am the queen of self-sabotage a lot of the times.
Same. But you will work through it.
I'm working on it. I'm
I
doing
know.
things a lot different than I used to.
Good. No more
Especially
Marines.
ran for the hills from that place.
Good. That was step one for you. So you're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize, like, when I was there, like, I was kind of stuck.
Hmm.
They took, I've really done a lot of self growth in all aspects of my life, and I've really started taking a stand on myself. When I was there, I did anything anybody ever asked me,
Good.
and I still
Good.
stayed
I'm
in
glad.
trouble. I
You said you.
stayed in trouble.
Yeah, but that place was terrible.
Well, it's,
Terrible.
well we're gonna have an outside conversation because I've got some tea I gotta give you.
Oh yes, I'm for the tea, and I understand. We don't need to get the cease and desist from there.
Yeah. So when Malia first met me, it was actually when I had first started dating. I went 4 years after having my kid without dating or anything, and I was scared because I didn't want to take away from her time. And I think dating as a single parent is like really hard.
Yes,
It makes you feel guilty a lot
all the
because you're,
time.
yeah, and I think that was my problem is I was letting this like mentality of like this person's taking away time away from my kid. But one thing I want to tell every single mother out there is it's okay. It is wholeheartedly okay. Um, because if you are just going to focus on you and your child, you're never going to be happy. You have to
Never.
do things that make you happy. You have to take a step outside of that box. And that's where I had gotten. You're going to get mental breakdowns. You're going to drive yourself crazy.
Hmm.
And
I
I
feel
think
like. Oh, I was going to add to that. I think that no matter what age you are, when you become a mom, even if you're 16, even if you're 33, a lot of the times women kind of only have that as that's all they are now, and they lose a major part of themselves when just because you're a mom, that's not all you are.
yeah, despite what Harrison Butker says, you're not just a mother
No,
or
no, you're
just a
not just a
wife.
mother. Yep.
We are people too.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, if guys can go out, they got kids, they're going out and doing whatever they want, we can too.
absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I mean, I don't think that parents, mom or dad, should be going out and drinking 24/7 when you have a
No,
kid. But
no,
if,
definitely not. I reserve that like once or twice a month.
yeah. Oh, I know. You're not wild at all. At all.
Yeah, I'm
At
nothing
all.
compared to what I used to be before I had her. I was off the rails, off my hinges. I was showing to work almost every day, like hungover. She really put a lot of like control on myself when I had
Oh,
her.
yeah. They do that real quick.
Yes. And,
Real quick.
I have my moments where when she's with my mom, my kids never seen me like drunk. If I drink around her, maybe a glass of whiskey because your girl likes some whiskey.
I know you do, baby. Crown apple.
Yes. And I got a bottle under my bed actually. And wine, but that's about it. But I really limit myself. That one thing my kid will never be is embarrassed by me.
Yeah, that's a
Because
good thing to have.
yeah, I think a lot of people forget that. And that's one reason why I ran from our county is because every time I turn around, it was just like the same people doing the same things, being unhinged.
Yeah, as parents, nonetheless.
Parents, okay, here's my thing. Parents with grown children going out partying with their grown children.
I can't get down with that. I'm 32 years old and I've been drunk with my mom 2 times. Two, and one was for her 50th surprise birthday party.
Yeah, like I took my mom to a bar once, but we had one drink.
Yeah.
Cause my, you know about my mom. She has like a lot of social struggles, and I was trying to. She's just home all the time. I was trying to get her out of her shell, but I didn't take her like full on like bar
Bar
hopping.
hopping.
I could never.
No, I think that's so freaking weird, dude. Why do you want to go to a bar, like multiple, and get shit faced with your mom? Why? That's so embarrassing, dude. Not just for like people around you, but your mom, because I got unhinged when I drank and I was a completely different person. I
Yeah.
don't want my mama seeing that side of me.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing, dude.
I can't I can't. My well, thankfully I don't think I'm too wild when I'm drunk. I'm a lot friendlier, which is weird because I'm a very friendly person, but I'm even more friendly. Like I'm just talking to anybody that'll talk to me.
Yep.
Thankfully, that's how I am. I should say I before I had her, I can honestly say I have not been blackout drunk since I've had her.
That's good.
Oh well, except for one time, and that's because I had like I went out with my brothers before things went bad with my brother and his wife at the time, and I don't know how it happened, but I had like 3 shots of Crown Apple and like 9 green tea shots.
Oh,
Yeah, and like 2 beers. And they had to carry me up the stairs. And I was so embarrassed because that's not who I am.
yeah.
There was another mistake, but this is all because I was on antibiotics. I was on cepafloxacin. And in case you didn't know, don't drink on antibiotics.
No.
I didn't know that. I was drinking
See,
tequila.
you
I
needed
was,
good friends. You needed better friends.
oh well, that person is not a part of my life anymore.
I get it. I've not drank since November, and it's so hard, especially during the summer, because that's when I always want to drink the most.
That's when we went
But
out that one time. Was in the summer.
yes, I don't know, the sunshine, like the vitamin D. I need some beer to go with that for some reason. But
Or
I
like
don't know.
some like Trulies. Oh gosh, to
White
relive the
Claws,
beach.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Like that's so difficult. But my fiance, he, got in a really bad car accident right after I had stopped drinking. And I didn't stop drinking because I, have an issue with alcohol. I stopped drinking because I literally got a DWI in March, kept drinking. I know. I
I
know.
had no idea.
Yeah, it was pretty rough there in March for me last year. It was
But you
yeah.
survived.
Oh, absolutely. I survived and I definitely came out on top. God knew what he was doing even though I didn't see that at the time. But, I went out with a couple of my friends and then the next day I was like, I don't want to drink anymore, and I stopped drinking, and then 10 days later Josh totals his car, and he is an alcoholic. So I stopped drinking to, try to support him because it's
And
been
leave
10
your
years.
relationship if you do that. You have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's told me, I don't care if you have a couple beers. Well, why would I do that? Like, you and I are both doing everything we can to show Aiden that he doesn't have to have alcohol to have fun. And granted, I somehow missed the addiction, part of personality growth or whatever in psychology, but Josh didn't. And it's on both of our sides. It's on Aiden both sides. Why would
You
I
know?
want to do that? But it is hard during the summer because I do be wanting a White Claw on the beach, girl. I
Yeah.
do. But looking back now, alcohol absolutely made me a different person. They're called spirits for a reason. And I know my mom, she would not come get me when I got my DWI. She did not. And I got home at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and my mama goes, the door was locked. My mom said, "How'd you get here?" She was over it. She was over it. And I was like, my friend, yeah, it was bad.
I can honestly there was this one time, sweet Bridget, may she rest in peace. She and I went to the beach and we each got a case of beer and we were out there for hours walking on the beach drinking beer.
Whew.
And I leave and I'm coming off the bridge and there's a checkpoint. When I tell you my heart dropped down to my asshole so fast, like my window wouldn't roll down all the way. I was like, sorry, my window doesn't roll down. And he let me pass it through the crack. Like I showed him. Like I had to pull the window down so when I had my Beetle and I passed him my license through. I think that's the only reason why I did not get caught. And he's like,
Damn,
you're
because he
good to
couldn't
go.
smell it.
Mm-hmm. And
That's a blessing.
it was a blessing. And honestly, it was like a wake up call. I can honestly say that I've never driven drunk, maybe slightly buzzed, but even with Sean in a car, if I go somewhere and I have a drink, I limit myself to one cocktail or two glasses of wine because I know my limits.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ever put my child at risk. Um, you know, I had to learn real quick, and even in that moment, like after, when I would go out with my friends to dinner or something and want to drink, I'm like, somebody gotta drive me home because if we're gonna be doing these, when you're at the Mexican restaurant, I don't. There's something about the margaritas at a Mexican restaurant. They will hit you like an 18-wheeler real quick.
Oh yeah.
They know how to make it.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And there was one time my friends was like, you're driving me home. Like I will not drive myself home. I just had 3 margaritas here. One margarita. That's like the thing that
Yeah.
starts popping in my head. Like I'm not doing it.
Well, 3 margaritas at a Mexican restaurant is like 7 margaritas at an American restaurant
Yes.
because they don't do like the 8 count, as a bartender when you're pouring your liquor in the mixed drink. No, their 8 count is like 24, baby. It's
I swear.
no. I've been there.
And the frozen ones, like it's a trick because you don't
It
taste
is.
it. It's
You
a
really
trick.
don't. It's like a slushy. It's an adult slushy. Oh
There's
God.
a there's a place here in Wilmington called Mess Hall. I went there last night and I almost got myself. They do like cocktail shakes. Yeah. And I was like, I really want one, but I was like, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
That is dangerous. That is sending me down a rabbit hole because I love me a milkshake. And
Yeah.
Bailey's, and they do one with like, peach schnapps in it. They have like a whole list.
Oh my goodness.
I was so tempted. I wanted it so bad, but I was with my friend Jake and his mom, literally just my friend Jake.
I was about to ask.
No, so it's funny because we were talking about this with his mom. I was like, Jake, did you ever tell her how we met? And he smiled. He's like, no, I didn't tell her. And I was like, you should tell her. And she's looking like,
Oh God, what is this?
what happened?
Mm-hmm.
And we actually met on Facebook dating like last year. Hmm.
Oh,
And just our conversations, like we really appreciate each other as friends.
yeah.
And that's a really weird trend with me. Like, I have quite a few friends that I met on dating apps, and those guys have become very good friends of mine. And I think it becomes like a respect factor because they know why they're on the apps. And then they learn who I am as a person and
And
like,
they don't
oh,
want to cross that.
mm-hmm. Because
That's good.
I am a good friend. I'm good to people in general.
You are. Despite everything that you've been through in life, you still are so strong and such a good person to anybody, even when they do you wrong.
Yeah, I I am notorious for giving way too many chances and too much benefit of the doubt. But I try to look at people's side of things, and I, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because of my last relationship, I do that because there's two sides to that story.
Oh, I
But,
love it. I'm ready.
but I really try to focus on the good in people because I feel like everybody focuses on the bad in a person way
Yep.
too much. And, I don't think people should only be known for the bad things in their life. They should be known for the good things too. And that's
That
just
is a
how
clap.
my heart is. My last relationship, I ignored a lot. Um, it went on for like 10 months. He met Charlotte one time, well, two times. Um, we met downtown Wilmington last summer, and then like 3 weeks later, my tutu was like, invite him up to the lake house. They have a lake house up in Virginia, and I listened to her, and a lot of times I'm like, part of me is like, I wish I never met you, but at the same time, I still appreciate him because I learned a lot, not only about dating, but about myself. And he came up, met my family, talked to my grandparents. My mom just gave him the evil eye the whole time. The whole time. If you
Your
know
mama
my mom,
knew.
if you know Mama D, like Mama D don't like when it comes to Charlotte, my mom is like claws out. She does not play because that's her only grandchild that doesn't have both parents.
Yeah.
And she's super protective and Charlotte a little too friendly with people. Like she's me. She is me. She loves everybody. And you know, I learned from him that I appreciate like the genuine gestures of like opening the door, holding the door open for me. I learned that I appreciate a man who can cook. I
Yeah.
love a man that can cook because he did all the cooking and it was some damn good food. This one
Mm-hmm.
time he went out and grilled some steaks on a fire pit. Grilled some steaks, grilled some chicken, some zucchini. He went and got the zucchini because I like zucchini. And just those thoughts, like those are the things that I like. So, guys, if you ever have want a chance with me, this is what you need to learn. Um,
Absolutely.
um, I appreciate a man who picks up on the hints that I drop because I am not a pushy person. I'm not just going to go out and invite myself to your house. I'm not going to like you make the plans.
Take
Um,
initiative.
yes, I love initiative, but I also learned that I'm a very observant person. And I noticed a lot of things in all this, and it's things that should have been red flags to me. And I was like, well, so I found condoms.
Oh, hell no. I'm
Yeah.
throwing hands.
Honey, when I tell you I was looking at the expiration date trying to figure out when they were manufactured,
Yes.
I was looking up the lot numbers and everything else because I was thinking, and I thought back, I was like, well, maybe he's had these since before we met because I was looking at the shelf life. It had been less than a year that we met, and condoms are good for, I think it's 2 years, is when they start becoming ineffective. And I was like, okay, well, maybe these are from before. I was coming up with excuses for him.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Mm-mm.
just, there's a lot. No, that whole thing is a story within itself. Like I drove up there to clean his mama's house when he moved out.
And
I
that
drove.
wasn't your boyfriend. Candace, you are the most Cancer
But
who
I'm
is
a
a
Gemini.
Gemini. I know. That's what I'm saying. I know. You're the only Gemini that I like. Granted, I'm engaged to one, but still, no, you're the only Gemini that I've like consistently gotten along with. But it's because you are more of a freaking Cancer when it comes to relationships. Now,
I acts of service. I also let him stay with me so he can go to an interview here in Wilmington. I also helped him pick out all the decorations for his apartment. I also
but
offered
did
to
you
go.
buy them?
No,
Okay, good.
I'm not doing that.
Good.
You better tell me you love me first before I start buying you.
I swear.
Literally, so yesterday, day before yesterday, this guy that I'm talking to, which, girl, I gotta tell you about that story.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I told him like I was like our story is about to be because he knows I do a podcast. I was like we about to do a live show for this one because it's a lot of drama. But anyways, he's down south somewhere working. He has to travel for work and he got home and he was like I'm so hungry, but I don't want to leave because I don't know this area. And so I went on Uber Eats and I found Chinese. No, no, no! Don't look at me like that. I said, all right. I sent him my cash app. I said, your total is dot 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 with tip dot dot dot.
I know that's right.
I was very proud of myself because
As you should be. Would have
old
just
me
bought
would
it.
have, I would have just bought it. But
Mm-mm.
if you haven't taken me on a date yet, I'm not buying you. No, I'm not.
Hell no. No. At least take me on a date before I start doing that kind of shit. No.
And then I thought about it. You know how long it's been since I've actually been on a date? I don't think since I started dating, I don't think I've actually been take. Okay, no, one. There was one that actually took me on a date. He took me down to House's place when it was down there, or Chef House.
Yeah. It's still there.
I thought he closed it.
No. No, it's still there. I it blows my mind, and I can say this because granted Josh and I did just get back together at the very end of December. Men want women to do all of these things for them. They want a wife, but they don't want to be a husband. Dude, if you're not going to take a woman on the date, what in your right fucking mind thinks that she's going to put out for you? That's all they want.
And I've
No.
made that mistake. I will.
Who hasn't? Me
It's
too.
we have to learn from our mistakes, and I'm the type where I reciprocate energy.
Yeah,
Like
girl, me
I'm going to
too.
match your energy. Oh, you're going to get dry with text messages? Watch this.
I'm going to just block you and you're not going to hear from me no
Oh, I don't
more.
block people. I drive them insane until they block me.
I do. I love it. I love that block button, girl. I used to stay on it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna drive you insane until you block me first. And this is water, not wine. This is water
It's
in my
okay.
wine tumbler.
That's all right. I wouldn't judge you if it was wine.
I thought about it because, and then the last episode I did, I drank all of this Sean.
Sean Don. Ooh, ooh.
I've become bougie, I think.
I see wine always made me cry. I think it's because when I was underage, that's all my friends and I would drink. The Franzia, slap the bag. That's all we would drink.
Oh my gosh. You know, I've never had wine in a box before.
You, I, well, that we're gonna change that. If I do ever drink again, we're gonna drink some Franzia and slap the bag because you need to. How have you
I've,
done that? We're the same age almost. Like,
no, I'm officially 2 years older than you.
I know. Well, it's okay. August will be here before we know it, and then you'll only be one.
No, 3. Yeah, 1. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Why am I doing that to myself? No, I got really offended the other day because Jake, my friend Jake, his mom asked how old I am. He said, she's 35. I said, shut up. No, I'm
Don't
not.
ever disrespect me like that again.
I literally put on Facebook, I'm 25 again, as far as I'm concerned, because I do not look my age.
No, you do not. When I turned 32, my mama knew I'm 23. Do not, 23, baby. And I'll be 20, yeah, I'll be 24 this year. Okay. Don't play me. Look at this
We're not
dog.
we're not doing it.
No, we're not. Romeo is looking at me like I'm a crackhead.
Oh my god, the pupper. Hi,
I
pupper.
know. I know. He is a shithead, but he saved my life when I really needed it.
We love animals over here.
Yes.
We are big.
He hates men.
Love
So it
that.
was, yeah, it was perfect for whenever I adopted him. It was perfect. So tell me what's new in your love life. I know you're seeing this guy and you just ordered him Uber Eats and made him cash app you. I need the tea.
Well, I can't tell the whole story because
Okay.
that'll expose a lot. Because right now it's still an ongoing thing with
Uh,
this situation that happened last week, the week before last, I think it was. You know, I my word or my terminology for my dating life right now is I'm communicating.
I love it. I'm communicating.
That's what I'm doing. I've gotten to where I tell these guys, you know, I'm not going to sleep with someone I don't know.
No,
I
why would they want that anyway? That's
Yeah,
gross.
and there was this other guy up the road in another town that I met while he was down here on vacation who was really sweet, but he's got a lot going on, which I understand. And you know me, I try to help people and I try to offer my help.
Solutions.
Yeah, and it's up to them to take it or not. And I'm not going to press the issue. Um we both equally I work a lot. When I'm not working, I'm working, and then when I'm not working, I'm doing this. This podcast is a very big focus of my life and I put a lot of work into it, and I when I meet someone new or start talking to someone new, I flat out tell them, first of all, I'm a mother, my kid comes first. Second of
Absolutely.
all, I have a career. Third of all, I still work when I don't work. I do like little side things. Fourth of all, I have a podcast that I am building, and it's going to take a lot of time for me to build this. Either you take me as I am, or just save me,
Be an episode.
or that. Um, After everything with, we got to come up with a code name because we can't say names. After everything with, we'll just call him John.
Mountain boy.
Yeah. This is super hard. Sorry.
I have one. It's okay.
I put you to be quiet. It's super hard. She's playing a game and it's super hard. But
Oh.
I immediately put I was out for revenge while we were whatever the hell we were. He was on Hinge and he was really like exploring all of his options.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, you know what, you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too.
And
And
better.
sorry, I had to solve her puzzle for her. Sorry
It's
guys.
okay.
But I was also scared because I had invested so much into him. And one girl that he talked to, like, listen, when I care about somebody, I'm not gonna go out and just do things behind their back. And I really, really liked him. I told him, I was like, I actually loved you. Like I did love you. And it was the first time I loved someone other than, my a man in a long time. And he really made me question my self-worth. And I hate that because I know my self-worth. I had to really dig myself out of that hole of self-punishment and really being hard on myself. And, I know he was trying to help, but like every day he asked me, "Did you go to the gym?
That's
What did
not
you?"
helpful.
No, I sending me on my own is not going to help me. Sending me pictures of workouts, it's not going to help me. Come with me and show me because I
Yeah.
learn by watching. And we worked out one time together at the gym in his complex, and I did a lot of those exercises all the time. But I understand he was trying to help, but like, come with me.
Yeah.
And then there was this whole thing where he would dodge out of my pictures. I took him to Panic Attack, and he wanted me to just take a picture of him. We couldn't take pictures together. Yeah. And then I took him to Fort Fisher, and you know how they have, take a picture, you guys. He goes, no, I don't really do pictures. Oh, you don't really do pictures, but you send me pictures of yourself all the time. No, you just don't do pictures with me.
Yeah. Sketchy. Something
Yeah.
sketchy.
So, the guy from up the road, the first night we hung out, he was in my Snapchats, and then my friend FaceTimed me talking about, who is that?
Mm-hmm.
Who is that? And he was like, it's me. Like, green
Green
flag.
flag. Green flag. All day long.
Yes. And, I appreciate things like that. I
Any dude.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I was going to say, any dude that dodges pictures like that, something's going on. You're either married or you have a girlfriend. Fuck you. That's how I feel. Sorry, that was
So
very vulgar.
I no, it's fine. There's no limits on this. So I'm an FBI agent,
Yeah, exactly. We gonna find out everything.
and I know he's a creature of habit. The first night we met when we were downtown, he asked for my social media first. So I figured it out. I was seeing every single time he was talking to another girl because he'd go follow them on Instagram.
And on Instagram, oh, I don't want to expose anything, but on Instagram, your newest followers are going to be at the very top of your followers or your following. How do
Yeah.
people not know that?
Every
And
single
literally, and also another psycho thing for all the FBI girlies out here. So if you get on Facebook on a laptop and they have a public friends list, all you have to do is go on their friends list, and on a laptop only, you can find out who they added. It's under recently added.
time. Oh.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So before Josh and I got back together, I was talking to this man for a very long time, very, very long time. And during this one time, Josh and I had gotten back together because the dude, we can code name him Bryson because that was his code name forever and ever. Um, Bryson had done some shady shit, and I'm working on myself, but a very bad habit of mine is spitefulness. So I got back with Josh during 2023, and anyway, I ended up breaking up with Josh because Bryson had apologized to me, and I fell for it, and I told Josh, look, he apologized to me. There's a connection there. You know that. You've seen it. I want to keep exploring that. Well, during one of mine and Bryson's arguments, he was liking all this girl's shit on social media and like commenting, and I'm like, I don't like this. Let me go stalk. And I did, and that's when I saw that they had just like added each other on the Facebook. And one time I went to the Buddha with my sister and I got rip roaring drunk. I mean, there's my breath. I had called Bryson like 4 times. Of course he's gonna answer because if you don't answer, I'm gonna show up at your house. That's just how I was with him. And
I've done that.
yeah, the girl was actually at the Buddha, and God forbid, I don't know what was going on with my mental health, but we left because I was in that mind stage of I had way too many green teas and I was ready to fight a bitch. I didn't
These are
care.
the devil. They will
Yes,
get you every time.
every time, dude. So, I left, and then it ended up turning out that they had never even met in person. Yeah, it was bad. So they were just like flirting on social media.
But still, okay. So if you're in a relationship and you're flirting with somebody else, that to me, and I'm gonna talk with my friend Luke and I are gonna do an episode on this because we are going to explore what is technically cheating. To me, that is emotional cheating.
Yeah, it is. And emotional cheating hurts 10 times worse than physical cheating.
Yeah, and I've actually told him, I was like, I would rather my boyfriend sleep with a bunch of different girls one time than one girl a bunch of times.
Consistently. Yeah. Because at that point, you want to be with her, but she is holding back on the relationship. And that's just all there is to it.
Literally. And guys, this is me telling you, you're not gonna get away with shit.
Absolutely not.
Guys there is this thing that I do when I exchange numbers with a guy because I'm gonna do some research. I wanna know what your record is. I wanna know like everything.
Everything.
Like
We gonna know where your grandma lives.
you
Okay?
ain't about to
Like,
get me in a situation like I was in which that's not the guy's fault. The situation I was in last week is not the guy's fault. He is single. So I put their phone number into a certain app
mm-hmm.
and it comes up with their last name. And from there, I can get anything I want. Anything I want.
Anything.
I do the homework. I know everything. So, John, Nolan Void, I found out that he was previously married before he even told me. But I wait until you tell me. I'll wait. I'll give you a chance because I know you're not just gonna come out at the first time and tell me this stuff. I give you a time frame to tell me.
And if I ask you and you don't tell me,
Mhm.
we gonna have some problems. Because I already know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So when he came down to my house last summer, he stayed the weekend, and we went to the beach. And he told me. So he got points. He told me why they divorced, all of it. So he got points now. That's a good way to get points with me is just be honest. Like I'm not going to judge you
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not perfect by any means. I my kid's father, for instance, which I didn't know, but I've made my mistakes. I own my mistakes. You owning your mistakes is a green flag for me.
Absolutely. And
And
it
I'm
should
not
be
going to,
for everybody.
yeah. And,
Romeo! Hang on. Do you hear him? He's freaking the hell out. Nobody's even here. Romeo, what is it, dude? Romeo,
kids
there
and
is.
dogs, it never stops.
I know. Dude, it's the air conditioner. There's nobody here. Ah,
Poor Malia.
psycho dog. And if he does that in the middle of the night and Aiden's home, oh, it's a freaking shit show. Romeo, there is nobody here, dude. Go lay down. Stop being crazy. Sorry.
It's
It's
okay.
ugh.
It's okay. It died.
I
You
don't
got harder.
I don't understand why people don't that damn dog. Oh, I love him, but he drives me crazy sometimes. He people need to own their mistakes, and you're a very non-judgmental person
Mm-hmm.
if they tell you.
Yes,
If they tell you. She wants pizza. Me too, girl. Me too. So, do you love Wilmington?
I do. I really do. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot to do here. There's pretty soon this schedule will change. It'll be a lot quieter.
It's okay. My mom does house cleanings. That's her business. So I work late Friday nights. I'm still bartending at Wing. So I had told my mom, I said, I'm doing a podcast and I know that we're going to
Okay.
talk about a lot of things. So I'm going to leave Aiden with you until we're done. Because Aiden, he's 7 now and, he's always been very nosy. We used to call him the warden because he just has to know everything. And I can't have an adult conversation with him.
Her too. She because I don't have anybody. She's about to go like Monday through Friday with my mom while I work, but I don't have anybody here. This is a new town. I'm meeting people slowly but surely in the most outrageous ways, like the craziest ways, but it's okay. Like it creates like a good story
Yeah.
for whenever I introduce them to my friends. And so I have her with me for a lot of things and she hears a lot, but the good thing about her is, sometimes she's oblivious because she'll be in my phone playing a game, and then other times she's mature for her age anyway. She's only ever been around adults.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But mom. Okay.
Sorry guys, I had to give her a passcode. And I wasn't about to put my phone code on this because
No.
I know
You
who's
never know.
listening.
That's
But
awesome.
I just do what I can when it comes to her.
That's all
The
you
only person
can do.
The only person I have is my mom. I don't speak to my sister or my brother anymore. Yeah, you're surprised, aren't you?
Yeah. Your sister, absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of things happened. Um, and my sister decided to be on the opposite team in the whole debacle, and I can't do it. And I'm happy for her. She just had a baby. She had a little boy. I'm happy for her. She was upset that I didn't go to her wedding, but I literally had back surgery like 2 days prior, and I don't think she really was hearing me. She's that kind of person that it's like her way or no way. There's no,
In between.
yeah, you can't get her to understand. Like she's literally, it's beyond being stubborn. It's just, I don't even know the word for it.
Selfish.
Yeah, I love her. She's my sister. I
Of
love my
course.
brother, and I don't want anything bad to happen to them, but I just can't be around the toxicity of it all. And like, she and I share friends, certain friends, and I don't even speak to them anymore, which is crazy because I've known them for so long. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Probably.
Yeah. And I just, anything that I would say would get back to her. But it's really like things that are true. Like, it's just, I don't expect people to choose sides, but I also don't expect you to like run and tell.
No, your sister should choose you, and that's all there is to it.
And
Uh,
her friend, there's a certain friend of hers, like, actually, there's two friends of hers. Um, I don't like one of them. I've never liked one of them. She rubbed me the wrong way. Um, but when you try to take my place as a sister, I'm like, I
no.
know more about that girl than you do. You can miss me with all that. Um, I could see their judgment when we would have family events, and I would try to like be friends with them. I sometimes I wonder how my sister's friends with people because she's just so hateful sometimes. But at the same time, like, I see how she does have friends. If it makes sense, it's
Yeah.
a poor thing. Um, but they can have her. It's fine. You know, they'll figure it out for themselves, or she will. Because one of those friends, I don't understand how she's still friends with that person. Because this person, like, they got into a fist fight.
Uh-uh. I don't know the situation that you're talking about, but I know firsthand my sister would never in a million years choose their friend over me ever. It doesn't matter if I was in the wrong or my sister's in the wrong. That's my sister. And if you lay your hands on my sister, baby, you about to have a real bad day.
And then you try, okay, you put hands on my sister, and then you try to be friendly with me. Bitch, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'll speak to your
No,
kids, but I ain't gonna speak to you.
no, the kids are innocent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn who you are. If somebody lays a hand on my sister and if she don't come out swinging, I'm going to be right there. I don't give a damn. My
Mm-hmm.
sister could be in the wrong in any situation and I'm going to have her back because that's my sister.
And that was the problem between me and my sister. But the outlier in all this is my brother. She took my brother's side in all of this.
Mm,
And after I explained things that we didn't know about that had happened, drinking and smoking weed around my kid, I'm not okay with. Being
no.
drunk. And then there's other things that were said to me. I was called a stupid bitch on a regular basis, and you come into my house and you try to overrun my house. And then you get mad when I, put my foot down. He told my mom that I was at bars every single night, and I wasn't. That's not who I am. And also said I was out whoring around. Yeah. When literally I worked every night. If I went anywhere, my kid was with my mom. I don't just dip on my kid and go
No.
do business, though.
No. And
And it's not his
even
business anyways.
no, it's not. He has not ever been perfect a day in his life. Who the hell? Let me stop because I'll get
You
real
literally
pissed.
just got out of prison now 2 years ago. You spent the first 4 years of my kid's life in prison. Miss me.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But there's other things
I
that happen that I can't talk about
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
that will probably send you over. You might go try and fight him, especially over Charlotte.
I do love to fight men. You know, that's a red flag of mine. I'm working on it.
He was abusing his wife, and everything came out after I kicked him out of my house. I found out everything, and he lies so bad. And honestly, I just want him to get help. I just want him to get help and become the person that I know he can be.
Because that's your heart.
Yeah.
That's who you are as a person.
I love endlessly, even when done wrong. I even check on. Well, I shouldn't, but because I got in trouble for this. But I when everything happened last week, I had to. I can't even say that, but I tried to text him and tell him about it, and one of my guy friends was like, "Why did you text him?"
Because that's
Because
your brother.
no, not him. I texted Mr.
Oh.
Boyd. I sometimes go to certain exes about certain things because but he left me on delivered, read, whatever. But it's okay. Like it is what it is. I know not to reach out no more.
I
He
get
did tell me
that.
he did wish me happy birthday the
That's
night that I
good.
went out to Growlers, which I highly encourage if you're ever in Wilmington and you want to go out, go to Growlers. I had a great time. It was so much fun.
That's exciting. I haven't been. I went out a couple of weeks ago after I was a bridesmaid in a wedding. I went out and did karaoke, and that was the first time I had been out since December. Girl, I didn't even drink, but I had so much damn fun.
So Growlers has like an arcade in it.
So it's like a barcade.
Yeah.
I would
They've
have
got like
fun.
pool tables, dartboards, skee ball, air hockey, all
Oh
kinds of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll have
That
to
is
come.
a good time. I will. I love doing stuff like
I
that.
mean,
And
I'm gonna get drunk,
that's
but
okay. I'll be the DD. I don't care that people drink. Right now that's because Josh and I have been through so much in 10 years, including him having another child with someone else. Like we've been through it all, but this is how our relationship works, and I love him enough. I've always loved him. I have no doubt about that's who I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with. But everybody thinks like, oh, Malia doesn't drink, so I'm not going to invite her places. No, still invite me places. Like, I'm
girl, come
still
on,
me. I still can have fun.
girl, come on.
Damn.
You know where to find me.
Yeah, girl, come on. I'm still a good time.
You don't have. People think that they need alcohol in order to have a good time. You really don't. There's been a lot of situations
Mm-mm.
where I've been the sober person, and I still have fun. You know,
Yeah.
as long as I'm not babysitting anybody, I'm good.
Yeah. That's always the hard part because as soon as you say you'll be the DD, people,
Take advantage of that.
yes. Listen, if I wanted to be around a kid, I'd be around my own.
That part.
I don't want to be around a 30-plus-year-old person who is acting more immature than my kid. I stay at home.
So Jonas, he came out later on after he got off work, and he came up to Wilmington to Growlers. And let me tell you, honey, it was my birthday. Everybody was buying me drinks.
Yeah.
I had little "It's my birthday" sash on, and he took us to his pizza place in downtown. And apparently, I ate like 2 slices of pizza, 2 or 3 slices. I don't know. I remember going,
Hmm.
but I don't remember the pizza.
That's sad. I love pizza, and I'm sure it was probably Slice of Life because they're open till 3 and they have the best pizza.
Is it got like a bar in there where you sit at the bar?
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. And I kept talking about it and how good it was. And then Jonas had to walk me into the house. I was like, just walk me in so I can like put my key in the door. And he was
I
like,
love that.
he
I
texted me back and he's
love
like,
Jonas.
oh, I do too. I gotta bring him on. It's pride.
Yes.
I gotta bring Jonas on. It's
Yes,
just
you
getting
do.
him pinned down for a schedule, but he is so funny. God, he is
Yeah.
so funny.
He is awesome.
Okay, hold on. Just put on the clothes just put on shorts and a t-shirt. Okay. Be quiet. Sorry. I am so sorry. This is mom life. This is what happens when you have a kid and no dad. Yes.
It is mom life.
And
I'm
it's
here
okay.
for it.
This is
That's
this
right.
is the honesty of being on a this is the no filter podcast. Like I don't filter anybody. If you want to talk about something, we can talk about it. I don't care. One
Shit.
topic that was given to me is do body counts really matter? I mean, like I'm getting a lot of good topics.
That is, oh, body counts. I hate that topic. I really do. Listen, I don't want to know about the people that you've slept with. I'm sorry. I'm fucking psychotic. I don't want to know. I'm already dealing with my own insecurities and my own feelings of self worth.
Exactly.
I don't want to know who you've slept with. Why do you want to know who I've slept with? That's unhealthy. Do I think that people who are in relationships or are getting married, should they have the people they've slept with on social media or talk to them? No.
No.
No, that's no. No. Don't fucking do it.
I think a one time thing, and y'all like, okay, this is weird. We could be friends, but nothing more. For me personally, I can handle that as long as it's not something that had like a deep emotional connection. But as far as like actual exes, if I get into a relationship, Tulu motherfuckers.
Yeah. What do I need you on here for?
Yeah,
Nothing. It's
you ain't got nothing. Unless I might leave you on there for a little bit just so you can see how happy I am. And God bless, I hope it's a man that's treating me way better than you ever treated me, and I want
hmm
you to see it.
Yep. See, I deleted Bryson off of everything because he caused a lot of strife already for Josh and I. So
Especially
he's
with that
not,
whole.
yeah,
No,
he's not on there anymore. And I just can't, I don't want to see what he's doing. I don't. Because I know myself and I'm still a little crazy. I don't want to see what you're doing.
so Nolan Boyd has me on his still on his Instagram and his Facebook, and like I saw like where he was posting pictures with her and stuff. I was like, you know what? Okay, I see what it is. It's okay.
hmm
Like it's fine. But I got one question for you. So, say you see this girl got is just posted that she's in a relationship with somebody on Facebook, okay? And you want to go be nosy and you go to his page, but his relationship status is hidden.
No, that's a red flag. That's a red flag because why is it hidden? If you are in a relationship with this person, then the world needs to know. I don't play that.
It's sketch.
It is sketchy. It
It's
is, but why are you hiding it?
it opens the door to a lot of questions.
Yep, it does. And a lot of men and women, because women are not innocent in that,
No,
they see that's hidden. I'm gonna respond to the DM from 2014.
I will not be
Like,
responding to a DM from 2014.
oh, me neither. I'm just saying, like, just in example, why you don't need to have your relationship hidden.
Mm-mm.
No, you don't have to go and post your significant other 24/7, but it's sketchy not to post them at least once. I don't understand that.
I never got a post, a tag, a comment, a like. On
But he,
Instagram, I did, but not on Facebook. So a lot of people thought I was making up this person. I'm like, nah, this person's real. So I get on Snapchat, and you probably saw that, like, it would be like of his head
yeah,
and stuff. Like this person's real, guys. Promise.
yeah, it's not my imaginary boyfriend.
And I mean, I gotta. He's not a horrible person. I just think he just always wanted better, and I hope she doesn't have all the problems that I have. I hope she's not insecure or whatever.
Stop
I,
doing that, Candace.
I don't know.
Stop doing that. No, because you are worthy of all good things.
I
Somebody
am.
died on the cross for you.
I know.
That's all there is to it.
I just. I hope he's happy. But
And
I'm.
that's
I'm
okay
working
to
on
wish.
mine. Like I'm working on mine. Like I had like a very intense conversation last night with the one that's out of town working, and I was like, you know what, I feel like I put so much good into people just to get shit on. And I was like, and I'm honestly tired of it. He goes, I can go ahead and tell you it's them and it's not you.
Absolutely.
He's like, people just suck. And I was like, you know what? I just want to be treated the way I deserve.
And you should be treated how you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
But you also can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
I've told you this for years. You have to pour that love into yourself.
And I've come along a long way.
Yeah, you have.
If people knew, like, let me tell y'all, I used to like wear too big of t-shirts, and like I would pick myself apart, and same hairstyle every day. I was scared to do this and do that. Let me tell you something. This bitch right here, I'm wearing a crop top right now.
And you should be.
And, I do my hair however I want. I dyed it red.
I love it.
Everybody was surprised. I didn't tell a
I love
soul
it.
while I was doing it. I gotta touch it up. But, I do the hairstyles I want to do, and I got into making TikToks and really like putting my voice out there, and that's what really gave me the push to do this podcast, because this is something I've wanted to do for a very long time. But I couldn't get a co-host that I could depend on, and my producer Sean was like, I really don't think you need a co-host. I think you could do this, just you. And I was like, oh, I don't know, like doing that self-doubt thing. He's like, no, I really think you could do it. And he really pushed me, and I'm really thankful for him for really giving me that push and that drive, and really taking a chance on this podcast. And he did so much research and found all these things, the programs that we're using right now, and distribution programs, and he does video editing and he's on clips. He's on all the social media, and you know this podcast is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, because it really broke out a lot of confidence in me to
As
be
it
a.
should. And TikTok in general, I know firsthand, boost your confidence so much.
Oh, I get hype from the likes. I
Yeah.
I had one go semi-viral, and it's a TikTok of Charlotte and her godfather, and it says, when you're being raised by your single mom and her military friends. And she was they had a beer funnel and pouring Gatorade into it and having her chug from the beer funnel.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. I saw that one. She is
everybody
awesome.
loved that one.
Yeah, I love making TikToks. I haven't been doing it like I used to, but that's also because it is a confidence booster. And when you're not feeling that sense of self-love, you don't want to do that because you get
Yeah,
on
you don't
there
want to
and
be on camera.
yeah, exactly. And it's yeah, I understand.
And I think I really look forward to getting ready to record. I'm probably, I that's when I take time for myself, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do the eyeshadow that matches my hair and do the contour. And today I wore
Yep.
earrings, and the last time I curled my hair for it and did my makeup, and I was like, oh, I want to try this today. And it really like gives me a push to take care of myself a lot more.
It
And
does.
self-care is so fucking important, so
Yeah.
important. um I mean, just doing a face mask once a week just gives me a kickstart. And you know since I'm actively dating, I feel like I have to really present myself a certain way. I don't want to show them the scary version of me, like where I'm dog tired. I mean, I've got bags all the time,
All of
but
us do. We're moms.
yeah. And it's genetic. Charlotte has bags too.
Hmm.
It's a very genetic thing. And I contour every day, and my best friend's like, "Don't be catfishing." I was like, "I'm not really catfishing, because I kind of look the same. I'm just accentuating what I have."
Exactly.
And I have redness, so my skin, like, I've got the red spots, and then I've got my birthmarks right here that look a mustache from a certain man from World War II, and that's what it looks like. And so, like,
Stop.
I have to cover that up because I hate my two birthmarks right here. And so, like, I am packing on concealer. All right, let it get sticky. A little bit more, let it get sticky. And I'm having to buff it out because, that's an insecurity of mine, because it looks like I've don't be getting my lip waxed. And I promise you guys, it's not a mustache. It is a birthmark. It's worse in summertime because they get darker with the sun.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't go out in the sun, because they stay lighter. And I gotta stop doing that. I've gotta stop, like, stressing about dumb things.
It's hard though. I completely get that.
And I have,
I've
like, the white birthmark. When I get tan, it's like super white because it does not. It's like the skin pigmentation thing.
like translucent almost.
Yeah, and I've learned to love that one. I'm like, look at this. This is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
My whole body tans, but this one. It used to
This
be
one's
my.
fat.
It used to be like my whole body would tan except for my legs from when I played soccer, because they never saw the sun. And I just got to where I can get my legs to tan.
There's nothing like being tan. I don't know what that is. I really can't. I need the scientific proof behind
It's that
confidence in a
vitamin B.
suntan.
It
Yeah,
really does something to the serotonin levels.
I agree. It does. Oh, I love being tan. I feel the best about myself when I'm tan.
And when I'm tan, my psoriasis is under control.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me tell y'all, when my psoriasis is like not, and I'm gonna say gross because to me it feels gross. That's my personal opinion. When I'm not feeling gross and scaly, like, a bitch is top tier.
You're always top tier.
Thank you. Not always. I have my moments.
You
Bipolar
are.
depression. Let me tell you, bipolar depression, boy. I have been on a roller coaster this week, and I don't want to be medicated. I do not want the medication because I've been there, done that. I like who I am. I just have to learn how to deal with it with myself.
And that's hard.
And when I start feeling the roller coaster come on, I don't drink. I do things to focus on myself. Like, I am actively figuring out how to take care of my mental health my way, which I feel like we're allowed to do.
We are.
And this podcast, everyone's like, you need to try therapy. Maybe this podcast is a form of therapy for me. I'm reaching out to people, I want people who deal with this too, like experience these things too. I want them to take something from these episodes, like, okay, so I'm not crazy for not wanting to do the medication. No, you're not. You just have to figure out your way of coping. I mean, I'm writing a book. That's one of my things. I go writing and I get my brain on, like, to unload itself by writing.
And that's a
And
very, very, very powerful form of therapy.
did you watch Bridgerton?
I watched the first season, but I haven't watched anything else.
So you know who Lady Whistledown is?
Yeah.
Okay, so when she was talking about why she wrote as Lady Whistledown, she was talking about, I had that taste of power. There is so much power in writing,
Yeah.
and it hit me. I was like, okay, I've got to take more time to work on my book. Like, there is so much power in this story that I'm writing. Now, granted, it's not going to be a happy ending story, but it's a lesson learned. It's going to be called Risk with No Reward.
I love that. I love that.
And of course, my cover is going to be roses.
As it should.
I
As it
love.
should.
And a lot of people are like, why dead roses? I was like,
Because they're
have you
better.
that and roses, like, when they're taken care of, they're beautiful. But when you don't take care of a rose, it dies. So there you go. There you go, guys. There's a reason why I chose dead roses.
I
Because
like dead roses personally.
I love pressing flowers. I like flowers in general.
Me too.
Here's another thing, guys. If you want to impress me, give me some flowers. I will cry. Because, and everyone's like, that's just so cliche. I was like, no, it's not. Like, I genuinely love flowers. Flowers make me so happy. I used to keep them in my office all the time just so I can, like, take care of them. But I've been so busy, I have yet to go get myself some flowers.
I love getting myself flowers too. But I do have a vase full of dead roses. I love, I've always loved them. I used to have them all around my walls. but I put all the special ones to me in a vase. So
You should take a very like aesthetic picture of it
I will.
and send it to me.
I will do that with the studio lighting, that good old
Yeah.
portrait mode on the iPhone. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I
I if somebody sends me a bouquet of dead roses, I would cry. Just because I like a tribute. I was like, oh my God, what if somebody like loves this so much they do that? Not tell anybody to, but I'm just saying like I'm gonna hold on to that shit forever. I'm hoping one day to get like my own little space to do this and be
yeah.
able to bring people in, and I'm going to have some dead flowers in there.
Yeah, as you should, all on the wall. I can see it now. I
Yeah,
can see
like
it
a
now.
wall covered with neon light. Oh my God.
Yes, absolutely. That's
I
good.
swear,
And you will get there.
yeah, it's going to take time. So everybody share, because we have a lot of really cool stuff. And Leah, I want to tell you about some stuff we got coming up.
Tell me, I'm all
Because
here for this.
So we're going to be doing this new little segment thing. Right now, it will be free to everybody, but we're going to be starting a Patreon. So it'll be like a special episode. It's called True Crime with Dee Dee, where I tell my mom. This is 2024. I'm going to go ahead and say it. My mom is Bob Marley reincarnated. So I'm going to tell my mom true crime stories and have her authentic reaction to them. Funny story, my mom got me into true crime when I was 16. That's when I first saw the crime scene photos from the Charles Manson case.
That's
When I was
awesome.
6, I watched Scream for the first time. Love slasher films. So this is something that's very special between me and my mom. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this with anybody, I'm doing this with Dee Dee.
Yeah.
She's going to be the one because my mom is like dramatic. That's where I get it from, y'all. And there's some things. The first case that we're doing, is it's gonna throw her, because the girl at the time, she died when she was 16, and we're only a year apart. So like, I'm trying to throw her for a loop.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have Luke on. We're gonna talk about a whole lot of relationship stuff. We're gonna also open up the email address to people who need advice or have their own stories they want to tell us that they really feel like they really want to tell us a story, their side story. We're gonna have that, or some if they resonate with something that me and a guest have talked about, tell me and I'll read it on the show. And but we've got some things working up, and we got people coming on from all walks of life and all platforms of social media.
Yeah.
So we just got to we're going to get there. Episodes will be dropping on Wednesdays. And then in about a month, we'll set up Patreon. And a lot of fun things are planned for Patreon listeners. We're looking at getting little gifts and stuff to send out once or twice a year. And eventually we want to do live shows.
I would love that. And Candace, I would have been your co-host.
I know. You know, I reached out to, some people at the time, and it's no slack on them because everybody is busy.
Yeah.
I completely get it. And this is just something that I want to turn into an empire one day. Maybe
Absolutely.
somebody else wants to do a podcast about, I don't know, cars, and we can create a network. And that's, it's all like a branch off.
Yeah.
And I want some paid sponsorships. You know, I, but the sponsorships that we want to do are things that resonate with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we cover everything from, mental health, pride. I believe love without boundaries. Love who you want to love, because in the end, it's not my life, and
It
everybody
doesn't
deserves to
affect
experience love.
you
Yeah.
directly.
We're gonna talk about sexual assault. Our last episode, we dropped a pretty big bomb with that episode because Brianna's dad sex SA'd my mother. And, that's something that we haven't openly told anybody. And, we don't want to limit our guests. We don't want to limit our listeners, and you know what? Do not tiptoe around words with us, because we are all cussing like fucking sailors.
Yep.
Well,
Everybody
Leah, you
does.
know me.
Me too. And I do try actively to stop cussing because my child language. Boy, I'm about just hush.
So I'm that mom. Like, I try to get her to say certain things. So we were in the car yesterday after we went to mess hall, and I said, Charlotte, when Jake gets back in the car, like, what the hell took you so long, JD? And and I was like, no, it's fine. Like, this time it's fine. If I say it's fine, it's fine. We just want to get a reaction.
Yeah.
And his mom's sitting in the front seat, and she's snickering. And he gets in the car. She goes, she's so country now. She says, what the hell you doing, JD? And it was so funny. And then her and her godfather, they have their send off. And don't judge us, he's a Marine. When they get off the phone with each other, they say, Toodaloo, motherfuckers.
I love it.
And
I
he'll like,
love
Charlotte,
it.
you better say it with your chest. And she'll like, Toodaloo, motherfuckers. And I'm just like dead. I'm like, that's definitely saying it with your chest, kiddo.
Yep.
And he'll show
Absolutely.
like all his fellow Marines, like, look. And it's like, it's so wholesome. But he's told
Oh.
her, you don't say this to anyone but me. Because if you do, me and you are going to have a problem. And
Yeah.
when it comes to Uncle Coy, homegirl does not play. Like, she's gonna listen to him. When she's having him, I'm like, handle it,
Mm-hmm.
handle it. I'm not doing it, and he will. Like, that's the closest. He's her godfather's the closest thing to like a dad that she's had, and she deserves that. And that's been a real bad topic here lately, because she'll listen to all my conversations and hear me talk about the guy, and she's like, "Is he gonna be my dad?" I'm like, "Please don't say that. That's really awkward." Yeah. It's it's a great dynamic. They had a baby pass away last year. She was born with a birth defect. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and this is their rainbow baby, and they're excited. And Chloe's
Yeah.
great. She's great, and Coy is an awesome godfather to her, and Charlotte calls her Aunt Chloe, and it's a great dynamic.
That's good. That's really good. And powerful.
It is. That's what I mean. Like, I make friends in a lot of crazy places, and they're everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Everything
It
happens for
does. And it's hard to
it's
understand that a lot of the times.
yeah, and I think it's hard for people outside to understand, but honestly, it's not for anybody else to understand.
Yeah.
You're not in it. A
Yep.
lot of people had their 2 cents worth on a lot of things in my life. I'm like, well, this is my life. Even with null and void, everybody's give me their opinions and stuff. But when I realized that it was going bad, it was whenever he was telling me to quit being friends with certain people, Coy being one of them.
No.
Coy and I have been friends for 2 years, and he knows me better than anybody. And I'm not just going to cut my child's godfather out of our lives.
No. No, because who the hell are you?
Yeah, and everybody that he wanted to cut told me that I just need to cut him out are the people who were there for me when everything happened.
That's a red flag.
There was a
That's
lot of
a
red flags.
freaking red flag. No, you're not going to tell me who I can and can't be friends with unless you were my husband. And even then, that's pushing it. It depends on who you're trying to get me to cut out of my life.
Yeah. And I mean, it's funny. I like watching people get proven wrong. I thrive on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Listen, just because I'm trying to heal don't mean that will spiteful side ain't there sometimes.
Oh, that
I
fire is poised.
yes, I love to prove people wrong. Love
I
it.
thrive on it. Like, it's a motivation for me. You tell me I
Absolutely.
can't do this, I'm going to show you otherwise.
And
The people,
will.
there are people who have talked shit about me doing this podcast. Let me show you what I can do. I have 3 recordings coming up this week. I have 8 more sitting in the inbox waiting to be scheduled. I'm going to show you what fuck around and find out really means.
Yeah, as you should. Absolutely. No, that's motivation.
I
That's
can't wait till I start a store and have shirts made and have all you bitches out here wearing my damn shirts.
uh-huh.
I can't wait when I get taken downtown to take pictures for this. The look on my face, just when you see them pictures, the look is watch me, bitch.
I told you so. I told you so. Oh.
I appreciate you so much for supporting this. You and
Yeah.
Allison made a birthday post, and she was like, I am so proud of you, and I'm so excited for everything that's to come for you. Talking about the podcast. And that, I
Yeah.
don't ever get to talk to her, and I haven't talked to her since she left, really. Like a full-on conversation since she left the restaurant. And just knowing that she sees like these big things I'm doing, that made my heart feel so fucking good.
Good. I love Allison. I have nothing bad to say about her. We are acquaintances now.
But that's life.
Yeah, it is. That's I want the best for her like I do anybody that's not actively in my life anymore.
Well, now I'm actively in your life now, so it matters.
Yes, of course. Of course. I want the best for her and I pray for her often. And I'm happy that she's supportive of you.
Yeah, it really made me feel good because I love seeing people notice things. Like I just get
Yeah.
excited. I don't think I share too much about my life. I share the funny things that Charlotte says and like milestones, but like when it comes to my life, I don't really share too much. And to have as many people who, when I sent the invites to like the Facebook page, the amount of people who were, it was just popping. It was going. Like I was getting notifications every time I turned around, and that shit just made, I cried.
Yeah, as you should. It's a big deal. And you should feel so blessed and thankful to
I
get a
do.
kickstart like this. If you want to do something, do it. And do it with all you've got because you only get one life.
Yeah.
Why?
It is
I
time for my dreams to come true.
absolutely. And I get it with mental health, it's hard. It's so hard to like do. And that's not even doing, something that you dream to do. It's hard to fucking brush your teeth a lot of the times or take a shower. But when you are actively fighting your head, the biggest part of you that the humans don't truly understand yet, that's a hard thing to do. So
I
kudos to you for
thank
doing
you.
it. Of course.
I am always fighting my brain because my brain does not shut up, and she's not always a positive person. And I'm like, you know what? Shut up, brain. I'm going with my heart. My
Absolutely.
heart told me to take this chance, and I'm taking it, and I am doing it with pride. I'm so proud of this. You know,
Yeah.
when Sean sent me the first logo, I cried, and I was like, "Can we just make it more pink?" Because
You love your pink.
my pink, even my nails
Yes.
and
Very
my wine
classy.
glass,
I love it.
pink.
Pink is definitely you.
Uh huh.
Because Murphy needs to go to sleep. They're probably going to wake up and go to school.
The luxuries of reality.
Cutting that one. I'll be editing for like 6 hours today.
That's okay. That is
What?
all right.
Well, you want to drop any social media, your TikTok?
It is Moonchild Mal 3. Not the one without the 3. That's my old one. I have zero access to that. Just Moonchild Mal 3. And
You
then,
are a moon child. I
yes.
swear, if you were around with Charles Manson, you would have been one of the first ones on the bus.
You know, probably, but I don't think that I would be murdering people with him.
No, you just would have been enjoying the belladonna dancing in the fields.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Everybody's like, what kind of wedding dress are you wearing? Okay, long sleeve, lacy, Stevie Nicks inspired. Like, do y'all expect anything less?
Very boho, flower child. I swear to God, if you don't have a flower crown, I'm bringing you a flower crown.
I know. I definitely plan on it.
You need to have the flower crown. You need that in your life.
Oh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm very fortunate to have survived my own brain.
So, as always, like us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Instagram's Love Lies Dead Roses Pod, and TikTok is LLDR Podcast. Facebook, Love Lies and Dead Roses. You can always, send us emails, questions. If you need advice, you got your own story to tell. Love Lies Dead Roses at gmail.com. I read every single email that comes in.
Yeah.
Until next time, this is Love Lies and Dead Roses. Thank you, Malia, for coming on.
Always. Thank you for having me.
And you always come back whenever you want.
Anytime, girl. I don't work Saturdays.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Mommy.